Howdy, howdy, all y'all. It's time for cake. I have been doing a little bit of work here in the old Thaumaturgical laboratory. As you can see, it's looking more thaumaturgical than ever. I went to the trouble of moving some of the relays to make my little node back there stop shooting straight across wherever I was walking. So that looks a little bit more interesting now, and as you can see, I've been doing some more alchemical kind of refining as well. I've been breaking down a little bit of nether wart over here, and over here I have been bashing up a bunch of crafting tables, and the reason for that will become clear in a couple more episodes once I have whole bunch more of this stuff saved up. And day 8 just ended, and I cottoned on to the fact that it was happening a little bit too slow, and so there are some things I'm going to need to repair, but for the most part, by and large, things survived all right. Sole exception is my potato farm, and that's awful convenient. Let me go upstairs. That's awful convenient because what I'm going to be doing today is making a new potato farm. Except this potato farm is going to be a Botania special, based on a design, almost entirely based on a design, he says. Yeah, I'm taking the design. I'm using the design developed by Riskable to feed a Gourmaryllis using a potato farm and a little bit of railroad work. And I have been trying to build up some more mana once again. You can see I got my 4 Endoflames over here. I'm dropping blocks of coal. But this is not a long-term solution. It takes forever. This is poor mana generation. And today I'm hoping to solve that. And we're going to be making something rather complicated. I'm going to provide a link to Riskable in the notes on this particular video, and I strongly suggest that if you enjoy Botania, you check out his streams on Botania on YouTube, and frankly I bet that the rest of his Let's Plays are pretty awesome too, but I haven't had a chance to look at them yet. What we're going to need to start out with is we're going to need some flowers that we have not created before, and we're going to need some other equipment as well. The first of these pieces of other equipment is a thing called a Horn of the Wild. Where'd it go now? Mystical items, natural apparatus, Horn of the Wild. And what this does is it uproots vegetation, or with a little bit of modification, it breaks leaves. You just have to put a leaf thing on it. Very handy. But the really handy thing is that y'all can build that into a drum. And then the drum will do it, and you can trigger the drum with a mana burst. So we're going to start out by making ourselves a Horn of the Wild. And it's pretty straightforward. We need a pasture seed, which is what you get when you throw grass into a mana pool. Of course, you got to harvest your grass using shears. And the next step we're going to do is make the drum. And as you might imagine, it's got leather top and bottom, and most of it's made out of living wood. There's our drum. And I'm going to temporarily put that away. Now, the next thing that we got to work on is we got to work on a couple new plants. The first of these is a plant called Gourmaryllis. And this is going to be our big mana generator in this build. It can only digest a single food item at any time, but it creates mana based on what kind of item you give it. And we're going to be giving it baked potatoes, which are not quite as nice as steak, but they're a little better than a loaf of bread, and they're a lot better than a carrot. So, yeah, it's going to be, this should be pretty good mana here. And as you can see, this is a rather complicated flower. We're going to have to use a Rune of Summer and a Rune of Fire. Now, I have Runes of Fire, but I need to make a Rune of Summer. So we're going to have to do that, and I figure I might as well do that on stage here. And I'm going to actually need 2 of these things, so I've got all the parts. And to do it, we're going to come over here to our altar. So I'm going to just drop in a couple sand, rune earth, rune air, 1 slime ball, because slime is summery, don't you know? I can't figure that out. And a slice of melon. And yeah, I do associate melon with summer. I'm alright with that. And I'm going to need a little bit of living rock, because it looks like I used up all the living rock I was working with earlier. So, now that we got this, we're going to hit it with our wand, and it's going to take a few seconds to get rolling. And when it's ready, we ought to see some little bit of lightning. And I'm going to drop the living rock on there, hit it with the wand, and away we go. There we are. And there is our rune of summer. And I need to make 1 more of these puppies, so 2 sand, 1 slime, 1 melon, rune of air, rune of earth. Is that right? That's right. And these go pretty quick. I mean, this takes, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, 12 seconds to do. But it takes enough to make me talk about it, I'd give you that much. And there's our lightning, and there's our rune. So now we got 2 runes of summer. We can get back to the plant we want to make. And for this, we got to go over to our petal apothecary. Now, one of the things that I did not talk about previously, put away that living rock, because it wasn't really an issue. But here's the thing. If we want to pick up water in a bucket in Banished, the source block goes away and new source blocks ain't created. Joy. Okay, how much of a mess is that going to be? I'm going to say that ain't going to be much hassle. Anyhow, on the other hand, if we use a water bottle, we can fill the water bottle. So much for ain't going to be much hassle. Alright, I see how it is. Come here, buddy. I got your windstorm. Next. Anyone else? Alright then. You can go down too. Oh, he's scarlet. He takes a little bit more work than that. Alright. Do I have any of them up above me? Because that's where they're dangerous. No? Okay. 1 more series at this fella. If that volley don't get it, yeah, there we go. Right. Now, where was I? Water bottle. So you can fill your pedestal here with the water bottle, and that does not use up the source block. So that's the way we're going to be doing things. Now what we're going to need for this is rune of fire, rune of summer. We're going to need some mystical petals. We're going to need 2 yellow mana petals and a light gray mana petal. And I am not equipped for that currently. Let's see here. Okay. A light gray. Alright. So, I guess we're all out of coal over here. Yep. And it didn't even fill this pool. Disgusting. Let me double check what I need. 2 yellow and 1 light gray. Alright, fair enough. And just the 1. There we go. Now, in addition to that, we're going to need another light gray petal. Got it. And a red petal. Got that too. Alright, so let's dump these in here. Oops, I need 1 more light gray petal, don't I? Okay. No, it was the yellow that I needed 2 of. Okay, 2 yellow, 1 light gray, and then what was it? Oh, another yellow, another light gray, and a red. Another yellow, another light gray, and a red petal. And then we're going to drop in the rune we just made. Rune of Summer and a Rune of Fire. And to top it all off, 1 seed. And there is our Gourmaryllis. And that's going to be kind of the centerpiece of what we're... Well, it won't actually be the centerpiece, but it's the focus of it all. Because that's where all our mana is going to get generated. Now, the other thing that we need besides the Gourmaryllis is we need a flower called an Exoflame. Oh, here's that water bottle trick. There we go. You reload that. We need another one called an Exoflame. What we've been working with is endoflames. These are endoflames. They burn coal. An Exoflame powers stuff like it'll power any kind of a furnace near it, which can be real handy. That way we're not burning lots of coal in order to do all of our smelting. We're not anyway, because I got an infernal furnace, but hey, you know, this will help out with some things anyway. So to make this one, we are going to need, that's a functional flower and Exoflame. Okay, yeah, any furnaces nearby will be fueled and given a speed boost at the cost of some mana. Very nice. So I need 2 red mana petals and fire and summer. And I only have 1 red mana petal. So let's drop that in there. There we go. Double checking. 2 red mana, 1 normal red, 1 gray, 1 light gray, fire, summer. Okay. 2 red mana petals. 1 normal, 1 light gray, Rune of Summer, Rune of Fire. I need another petal. I need one of you. Okay. There we go. And we toss in a seed. And there is our Exoflame. And it looks a lot like an endoflame, but it isn't. Okay. So that does most of what we need done. Let's see. There was some other flower I thought I needed. Got my Exoflame. Got my Gourmaryllis. Drums of the Wild. I've got a Hopper Hawk that's put away. Oh yeah, that's right. We needed to make an Agricarnation. Now the Agricarnation will make flowers grow faster. Any kind of plants grow faster. Your wheat, your potatoes. And this is another complex flower. We need a redstone root, red mana petal, yellow, green mana petal, lime mana petal. And there's my lime, there's my green, I need a red. There we go. Okay, so let's get them in there. Then 2 limes, 1 yellow, and a Rune of Spring. There's my red, there's my green, there's my lime, 2 limes, 1 yellow, Rune of Spring, and there's something we were forgetting, isn't there? Okay, there's the mana petals, 2 limes, 1 yellow, Rune of Spring. We need a redstone root. There it is. Now to make a redstone root, all you got to do is you combine grass and redstone, and that's how you get that. So I'm going to toss that in there. Give it 1 more seed. Uh-oh. Oh, it missed. Huh. Let's try that again. In goes the redstone root. In goes 1 seed. And there's our Agricarnation. Now it so happens that, among other things I've been doing in the last little while, I have been making other Agricarnations and whatnot. So let me put that away, and I'm going to put these away, and I'm going to put the petals. I'm running out of space in there. I need to do more organizing. That'll happen soon. That'll happen soon. I did the research necessary to do some more organizing, but we're just not ready quite yet to actually put it into play. Okay, so there's my other Agricarnation that I made. Let's put that up there, put that up there. I'm gonna run downstairs real quick, and I am gonna get rid of some of this excess material here. the feathers and the bones that got dropped by the stupid birds that were trying to eat me. Okay, so what we're going to need for this now is we're going to need a mana pool. We're going to need a mana spreader, and we're going to need a redstone mana spreader. How do we make that? We take one mana spreader, one redstone. There we go. There's a redstone mana spreader. We're going to need a minecart with a chest, a normal chest without a minecart. We're going to need our hopper hawk. We're going to need an item frame. And we're going to need a drum of the wild, 8 agricarnations, an open crate, a furnace, 14 dispensers. And if you think that's bad, 19 hoppers. That's a lot of iron. That's nearly 2 stacks of iron. 32 redstone. Got plenty of that. Half a dozen redstone torches and a lever. Gonna need us our Gourmaryllis and our Exoflame. And we're gonna need 1 redstone repeater and 3 comparators. We're gonna need some rails. Oh, I left out something. We need to make ourselves a Hubris and Hourglass. Now, last time around, I showed you how the Thaumcraft Hourglass works. This time, we're going to do the Botania Hourglass, which is a different kettle of fish entirely. Let's see. Hubris and Hourglass. Hubris and Hourglass. Probably in here. Hubris and Hourglass. There we go. Okay, so we need 1 mana steel, couple mana glass, 4 gold, 2 redstone. Let me go ahead and grab that mana steel. And actually, while I'm sitting here, these are full up enough and I'm about to have more mana. So I'm just going to do the thing because it's cool. I need another one of them, so I'm not going to. Alright, so leave this over here. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, stop. There we go. And I've been making more Terrasteel. Eventually I want to have some Terrasteel armor. But that's going to take some work. Oh, 1 too many. Okay, so we need a couple glass. I can spell. There we go. And we're going to need, was it 4 gold? 4 gold, a couple redstone. Gonna have to break a block, that's fine. And our redstone is over here. Gonna have to break a block of that too. I've been active, I have. Okay, let's put you away. Alrighty. And there's our Terrasteel. Hooray. I do like that. 1 more and I can make boots. Yay. Okay. Now, I need crafting table. Nope. I need mana glass. So we're going to take our glass. There we go. 2 mana glass. And we go over to our crafting table over here. And in the middle of that, we are going to have, what was that? 1 mana steel ingot. Mana glass top and bottom. Little bit of redstone to the sides and 4 gold all around the corners. And that gets us our Hubris and Hourglass. Okay, so let's see. Did I get everything else I'm going to need for this project? I'm going to need the rails. Let's move you to here, move you to here. And there, and there, and there. And I'm going to need some dirt. Can't have enough dirt. Alright, now I have laid this out, and you can see by these torches this is going to be a rather large project. So what we need to do first off is we need to build ourselves up a little bit, because this thing is going to need to be 2 in the air. So 1 and 2. And I'm going to come over here. Do that. Really could have done all this off camera, and I probably should have. I do apologize for that. Let me do this from down here. It'll be a little bit easier. What we are creating here is a growing platform. And I'm going to temporarily add stuff to the sides so that I have things to stick things to. And I will just make myself a little bit of a stairway to get up here for the time being. Soon enough I'll outgrow that stairway. I'll need to go someplace else. And we need another water source block, so we're going to have to actually make some here for a second. Whoops. Let's use the right spell. There we go. Alright, and let me just fix that again so I don't get confused later with my spell book. Now, this is going to be the core of our little potato garden. And the first thing that we are going to be doing is we are going to be putting down dispensers. So let me grab them. And we're going to put 5 on what I'm going to call the front. And I'm going to call it the front because it's nearest to the elf place. The elf gateway, which temporarily is turned off. And we're going to put 3 on each of the other sides. Oh look, there's a Master Cavenic skeleton again. Let's not go hunt him right now. Okay, so that's a start. Now after that, we're going to need to take our hoppers, most of them anyway, and we're going to be putting them behind the dispensers. And here's where it becomes real difficult for me to jump up onto this mess. And we are using a shift right click to ensure that these are pointed at our dispensers. And we're going to use a couple more hoppers shortly, but not quite yet. So now that we got that set up, we are going to go ahead and fill in our corners a bit. We're going to use some more dirt for that. And I actually shouldn't have filled part of that area that I just did, but it's not a big deal. We can always knock out the dirt later. One of the wonderful benefits of Botania is that Botania allows you to have dispensers that actually will function to, let me get a little light up here, not liking how dark this is. Your dispensers will actually plant crops. Oops, not down there. Okay. Got our area cleared and squared away. Yeah, we do. Okay. And now what we are going to be doing is we are going to be putting down some redstone. And this is going to carry us all the way over from here. Whoops. Wrong button. And you got to hold down shift to put redstone on top of dispensers. I forgot. Okie doke. And over here we are going to be putting, let me see. We need... Actually, we need this to be blank, don't we? Yep, that's the corner we want to leave blank. So over here, we want it to be live. And so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be taking some detector rails. And our detector rails are going to go me see. If this is that corner, yeah, right here, and right here. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, okay. That makes me happy. Let's see now. So, we are then going to go ahead and we are going to put up a couple more. Wait, that's our detector rail set. Yeah, alright, good. That needs to be over here, because I'm an idiot. Pretty sure. Okay, tell me I didn't. Oh, it's inside the hopper that then put it inside here, I bet you. Or maybe I just busted it, but then, wrong hopper. Okay, pardon me. Those puppies are going to go here and here. Am I doing that right? It's been a while. I've only built this one time so far. So, okay, I can always come back and fix this a little bit later. The best way to figure this out is I'm going to have to decide where I'm going. Okay, so this is the front. That's the right rear corner. I got a gap over there. I don't want a gap over here. Fair enough. So that's going to be where my little hill is over here. You'll see it pretty soon. You'll see it. So that means over here I'm going to have some kind of a stopper set up. And over here I'm going to put another powered rail. Whoop. Yep, powered rails. Powered rail goes there. Powered rail goes there. And another powered rail goes here to prevent slowdowns. This is going to have a little 3-high hill in this corner. And so as it comes down off that hill, it won't have any trouble getting here. But coming down off that hill and going the long way around, it might slow down too much. So that's why we got another powered rail right over here. Let's see. Got that, got that. Right, okay, so we're going to need to have a redstone torch. I need more dirt. Never have enough dirt. Let's go downstairs, grab some dirt. Actually, you know what I can do? Because Botania. For starters, I could take this out. There we go. But I can just grab my Rod of the Lands. There we go. And I'll hop and pop up here. Take my Rod of the Lands over here. And what I need to do is I need to get a redstone torch right over here. So I don't need this dirt or that dirt. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. Got that done. Got that done. Got that done. Okay. So I'm going to need another dirt block right over here. Whoops, you're not a dirt block. Got to get the right tools. Can't do much without the right tools. Okay. And we're going to put our lever on this one. And that'll activate this powered rail. And that means when this is shut off, our minecart will stop here and not much will happen. So that takes care of that. Now this is 99% of what we need to do as far as the wiring, except for this part right over here. Over here we're going to be doing something a little bit weird. We're going to be making a 2-hopper high hill by using a shift click to put it down. And we're going to have these 2 hoppers running into that middle hopper. And this is all going to come down on top of our furnace, is what this thing's going to be doing. And over here, I need another bit of rail, or sorry, bit of dirt, rail, dirt. They're similar, aren't they? Whoops, didn't want that to point that way. Pickaxe. There we go. Okay. I want that to go down toward the rail. And there we go. So now it's pointed down toward the rail. And I'm going to need to have another bit of dirt over here. And on top of that, let me just come on over here and make myself a bit of a ramp going up. Top of this, I'm going to want to put myself a comparator. Actually, nope. Whoops. I'm good at this, honest I am. On top of that, I'm going to want a comparator. And that comparator, where'd it go? That comparator needs to be pointing away from the hopper. And what that's going to mean is as long as there's anything in this hopper, we're going to have a signal here. So let's see now. Hopper over here. And nope. Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. This is a very complicated build, so I do hope y'all will excuse me. Let's put you there. Point it that way. And then that'll come around and down. Need my rod. And what this should get us is this should get us a redstone signal. And that redstone signal right there, if I did that right, that redstone signal right there should go ahead and activate or deactivate that hopper depending on whether or not the sorry, do I want next to the hopper? No, yeah, that's right. That'll activate the rail is what that'll do. If there's stuff inside, if there's no stuff inside the hopper, that should, wait, then it should be active now. Let me try something. Let's put you in there. Okay. Thought I was doing this right. I'm going to have to look a little bit at my other build and see what part I'm not quite getting right over here. Or we can fix it up a little bit later. Let's get as much of this done as we can. Let's see. Gonna need some more dirt. Always need more dirt. And on top of that, we're gonna put us our hopper hawk. And next to our hopper hawk, we're gonna put us our chest. That's what the problem is. We're gonna put us our chest here. There we go. Let me get this minecart out of here. And what I want to have happen is, as long as there's something inside this chest, now the comparator is live. Now I got to get all my rail out of the hopper here. There we go. That's right. Okay, that is right. Alright, so we got our hopper hawk. We're going to put an item frame on this chest. And what I need to do is I need to get myself a tater, and that means y'all get to see the wreck that this one zombie made out of my doggone potato farm. You cannot trust zombies. Look at this. Look at this. It's horrible. It's a mess. I'm gonna need a couple stacks of taters for this project, so I'm just gonna grab them while I'm here. Make sure not to fall through any of the holes. Oh, we had another zombie attempting to put his own personal touch onto my build. Okay. So we got our item frame, and I'm going to put a tater in there. Got to be a raw tater this time around. You want to be sure of that. And then I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to want to go up by 3 here. And this is where our drum is going to sit. There we go. And actually, I forgot something. Oops. Fell right through. There we go. Now what I need is, let me put y'all back in there. I need a hoe. Okay. And up we go. And over we go. And up. And up. Now we're going to hoe all this. There we are. And that should all become farmland once we get everything, once we get the potato delivery system trucking around, which is our next step. Now, what I'm going to do here on this side is I'm going to take a little bit more dirt. I'll stop creating new dirt. I've got plenty of dirt in my inventory now. And I'm going to have over here, I'm going to put down our redstone mana spreader. And it's aimed right at the drum of the wild. And on top of that, I'm going to put our hourglass. And for the time being, we're not putting anything in our hourglass. Whoops, I didn't make that work. There. There we go. You got to shift click it to make it stick is the problem. Okay, so we got that. And I'm going to need a pool. Wrong button. Going to need a mana pool over here. So we're going to put that right there, and I'll come back to it soon. Why do I hear noisy arrows shooting skellies? Where are you? Oh, it's a zombie. Alright, just to prevent any kind of disruption, I'm going to take this sucker out. Huh. Follow up, got the geist. How nice. Alright, so let's finish up our rails. We got everything in place. We just need to connect it. Whoops. There we are. You do have to hold down shift anytime you're trying to put a rail on top of a... Hello, am I missing a rail? Uh-oh, I'm missing a rail. I need to go get another rail. Aw, heck. Okay, well, so it goes. I must have miscounted at some point. Of course, this is pretty straightforward. We know what we're going to need. Going to need to get us some iron. And I'm going to need a stick. Doobie-doobie-doo. There we go. Yeah, I needed 1. I got 16. Hooray. Okay. Well, lack of planning. There we go. Now, all our rails are set up. And, let's see here. Does that need inverting? I think that needs inverting. I need to think about that a second. Turn that on. Okay, it should go around. Goes up the hill. And that triggers these puppies here. I'm going to actually put my minecart down just so you can see what we're doing here. Let me get out of the way. Okay, and you notice when it passed each of these that it triggered all these dispensers over here. And as long as it's got potatoes in it, it'll be feeding potatoes into them dispensers. The dispensers will plant the potatoes in the middle. Every so often the drum of the wild will go off and make the potatoes all, it'll harvest all the potatoes. The hopper hawk will pick up the potatoes and stuff them in here, so you can kind of see where we're going here. You can kind of see where we're going. The problem I have is that this thing over here needs to go as long as there is a redstone signal over here. I need this, as long as there's no redstone signal, I should say. I need that to actually be projecting the cart forward again. It ought to be kind of automatically, if you will, looping. So let's try this. And what we are going to do is we're going to put a, can I do that? I ain't too sure I can do that. Oh, let's knock you out. And let's put a torch here. Okay. Now the real question is, if there's stuff in here, is it turning off the torch? No, it isn't. Okay. That means... Oh, I see what the trouble is. I think I'm doing this slightly wrong, but this will make it work. Now I'm going to put a bunch of taters in here, and that should have turned off the torch, and it didn't. Okay. Let's see. Well, okay, we got a potato out there. That's good news, I suppose. We need that on. We need that on. This is a problem with me and complicated builds. Y'all know sooner or later something's not going to work right. Okay, so I got that going down there. Oh, I see what it says. Well, I see what it is. Okay. Let's get you out of there. Let's get you out of there. You come down. Whoops. There we go. Now we should be able to run our signal. There. So now, if there's stuff in here, like so, why ain't the torch going off? Okay, that's odd. Should the comparator be at the level of the hopper? I think maybe the comparator needs to be at the level of the hopper. That's part of my problem right there. Hi, Mr. Minecart. Why don't you just... Tell you what, you slow down when you come back, alright? So we're going to put that there. We're going to put that there. And where's my comparator? There we go. Put you pointing that way. What's the problem? There. Okay, and there. And for this to work, I need to have a block there. Why is that not working? Ah, there's not enough stuff in here to stop it, I guess. How about now? Interesting. How about now? Ah, there we go. The torch went out. Okay. That works. That works. All right. But to make it work, I got to have 3 stacks in there. Okay. We can do that thing. That's not really a problem. All right. So we're almost done now. The other thing we need to do is we need to make it slow down when it's going over these. In order to do that, I'm going to need to make a little more dirt. And I'm going to be doing a little more comparator work over here with my little more dirt. Let me go pick these up before they despawn. It's always nice to have redstone. Alright. Okay, so hill. That's where I need it to be. I need to put torch next to that hopper, torch next to this hopper. So you're going to go here, and you're going to go here, and these are going to prevent these hoppers from actually dragging stuff out. The idea is that if there aren't enough taters inside the cart, then those are going to go ahead and the comparator is going to stop these from taking taters out. And the reason for that, the reason for that is we don't want it to put taters in the furnace until there's plenty of taters planted, and there has to be plenty of taters planted, as well as, why did it do that? Oh, I know, because I had put down the redstone torch most recently. We want to be sure it's got taters planted and plenty of taters in the minecart, otherwise these will not function. So I'm going to put these here and here, and I want these to be on, yeah, no, that's right. Okay, and then I'm going to put redstone, actually I want to put you down first. This is going to make sure that the signal propagates all the way to that thing when it does come. So what this will do is this will turn all these torches off, and that'll then cause the hoppers to work, and they'll drag stuff down. And what will they drag stuff down into? They'll drag stuff down into a furnace. So let's get our furnace in place. Good. And underneath our furnace we need one more hopper. How did I miscount hoppers? 1, 2, 3. I miscounted hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5 there, 1 there. I'll be darned. I miscounted hoppers. Well, let's see. I got 3 iron. Gonna have to get more iron. I do apologize, folks. I know we're almost 50 minutes in, and, well, no. I've shown you plenty of plants, how to make some plants, so it's not like this has been completely wasted time or something. And we're going to need to make one more hopper. As well as, come to think of it, a chest, because I used a chest to make something earlier, didn't I? Okay. Hang on, do I need a chest? I don't think I need a chest. Okay, so we're going to put a hopper under here, and the hopper's going to be firing into an open crate. And for the moment, I'm going to put the open crate down first. And that'll make it easy for me to put the hopper into place. Now, if you are doing this at ground level, and you're not doing it from underneath, you're going to need to have room right here for something to fall down. And what's going to happen is that taters are going to go into the furnace and get baked from coming down from there. And then the hopper's going to feed them in the open crate. The baked potato is going to drop right down here, and if you said, I bet the Gourmaryllis goes there, you were right. Alright, so we got... I've got the thing on the wrong side, don't I? Where is... Yes, I do. You're on the wrong side. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now, I bet. Alright, so we're going to need to put our blocks of our mana spreader up here again. And there's our redstone mana spreader, and it's pointing at the drum. Well, it will be pointing at the drum. There we go. And on top of that, we're going to put our floating hourglass. And how do I get down? Oh yeah, like that. And I need a mana pool next to that. Now I need to get back up again. Better planning. I need better planning. There's our mana pool. And that's going to feed this mana spreader. And this is also where all our mana is going to be gathering. Oops. Come back here. There. Did I get it? Where'd it go? Oh, I bet it's inside one of these. Ah! There's our minecart. I guess when I picked it up, it broke the chest out. Okay, minecart with chest. Ta-da! And I'm going to put y'all over here. There. Okay, that takes care of that, that takes care of that, that takes care of that. And over here, I'm going to need a... Do I need a second mana pool for this puppy? I need a second mana pool for this puppy. I'm just not thinking ahead here. I do apologize. Okay, so there's our Gourmaryllis. And over here, going to have our Exoflame. And I need a mana pool right under this mana pool. Facing up. Actually, no, I think that mana pool will feed the Exoflame. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, it's close enough. But I need the mana from the Gourmaryllis to be coming up and zotting its way into this other mana pool. So I'm going to put you here. This is probably not precisely the way that Riskable did it. I'm a little bit in winging it mode now. So we're going to point this one at this mana pool. Okay. So here's the plan. Taters go in the minecart. Minecart goes around and dumps taters through these. The dispensers put the taters into the put the taters out there where they get planted automatically. And every 4 minutes, which is how long it takes a tater to grow with 8 Agricarnations. Did I say 8 Agricarnations? Look what else I forgot to do. Okay. And all these ought to be in range of our, whoops. All of these ought to be in range of our mana pool. And I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, it's glowing. You can just see it around the edge of the Wayla box. So all 3 of those are in range of the mana pool. Okay, so this thing's going to dump a ton of taters out here. Taters are going to get planted. And I'm going to start by putting 3 things of these in here. And I'm going to put 3 things of taters in here. And I'm going to take a couple of these downstairs. Actually, nope. I can kickstart it with a potato on a stick. Alright, so let me see. That takes care of all that. That takes care of all that. I think I need I'm pretty sure I need a torch next to the Hopperhawk. And that makes the Hopperhawk slow to pick up stuff that's been dropped. That way, taters can get planted. Okay. So, if all is going well, then what I ought to be able to do is give our little lady, the Gourmaryllis here, a single potato. And it's eating that. Oh, look at all the mana it got from that. Now that should be fed into this spreader. Why ain't you... Oh, you know it's going into the wrong spreader, I bet you. Let me bind you to you. Are you there? Okay, that ought to be going over there. There it goes. See all that mana going up now? Look at all that mana. That is a lot of mana. Okay, so that mana pool is filling up. That's good news. Why aren't you filling up? Okay, it is filling up. Alright, now the last thing I gotta do... Where's my soul sand? Oh, it's back in the box. Okay, well that doesn't have to happen yet. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is flip the switch. Now we saw that did not turn these off. And... did I forget to put taters in you? Oh, I did forget to put taters in you. Where are... Okay, we got a potato growing there, and the Agricarnation is working the problem. Let me go get that soul sand I just mentioned. 4 blocks of soul sand is just about right for the timing for this. How we doing here? That's odd. Is it still filling? Oh, it's still filling up the minecart. That's the problem. The minecart won't move until this is sufficiently emptied out. So I'm going to take a stack out. There goes our minecart. And now we got a lot more potatoes you'll see getting thrown out there, and they're all sprouting. Look at this. Look at all this. And you can see that the Gourmaryllis is now eating baked potato and is now shoving a whole heap of mana up here. How much mana? Well, it'll get there. It'll get there. But yeah, this is the project. This is the thing. I'm concerned about the number of taters out there. I'm going to break that redstone torch. Okay. Now the question is... Oh, I forgot to turn on the hourglass. Okay, there's my soul sand. Oops. Okay, and that ought to be going. It'll take it about 4 minutes to go. Okay. So in about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, say, all these potatoes should be grown. And the hourglass will turn on the redstone mana spreader, and that'll punch the drum. And the drum will harvest all the potatoes. What's the matter here? Oh, that's what's the matter. Wow. Okay. It's dumping potatoes in. So that'll continue until the minecart is full enough to keep moving. Wow. Look at it go. Okay, we already have some potatoes full grown over there. 8 Agricarnations is a lot. And you can see the hourglass is moving along. And we are just under 1 hour right now. So as soon as we've seen one complete cycle where the hourglass fires, I'm going to go ahead and terminate this little exercise. And you can see our mana pool is moving along. It is happening. Now, over the course of roughly 5 minutes, this should fill about 1/4 of the mana pool once it starts actually doing its thing. I'm going to turn that off so that we can see the burst more easily when it happens. Yeah. Okay, we got about, I don't know, 1/4 of the potatoes now are full grown, and the rest are still waiting. And the hourglass is about 2/3 empty. And the system is just chugging right along. Let me think about that. I'm curious to see, because I haven't seen those torches blink out. And I'm not seeing mana coming from our Gourmaryllis, which makes me a little concerned. Maybe I did something wrong with the comparators over there. Well, our Hourglass is running down. Should be getting close now. Okay. I saw the comparator go off, but I guess there weren't enough potatoes inside the cart. Now, I got no easy way to check the cart. I could stop the whole system. I wonder how many potatoes have to be in the cart for it to fire correctly. Fair bit, I'm going to guess. I'm going to put this stack and that in there and see if we can't make things happen a little faster. Okay, it's almost ready to fire the mana burst, and that should harvest. There it goes. And that just harvested all our potatoes. And now the cart is filling up. Come on, cart. This will work better once all these dispensers are pretty solidly loaded full of potatoes, and once the and that'll get more potatoes. Less potatoes will be getting shoved into the dispenser, and more potatoes will be getting put into the furnace. But it occurs to me that what I can do is, first off, well, let's see, did it trigger? It triggered that time, and it triggered again. You saw them all go out? Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and what I'm going to do is, I think I got some cobble floating around. I don't want to use smooth stone. Cobble? Cobble, cobble? There's some cobble. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on up here and where's my switch? I want to be on. There's my switch. And I just heard the Gourmaryllis eat, so yep, look at all that mana flowing. And it just ate again. Oh, look at all that mana. So awesome. Alright, I'm going to wander in here. What I'm going to do... Oh, I don't want to put that in. I was thinking that what I might do is I might put a bunch of cobble in there so that it kicked out potatoes more regularly. But it seems that would not be helpful. So let me put that up there. And things are working well enough. Yeah. Look at all that mana. Okay, we can see it's moving now that everything is running. So yeah, this is going to be, I mean, it's just constantly generating mana now. And our Gourmaryllis just ate another thingy. Wow, look at that. It has got so much mana. You know, if anything, it's eating potatoes too fast. It's staying full. How quick are they dropping out of there? I mean, I don't mind seeing it being full, and the mana spreader is full too. You know, I'm going to put a second mana spreader down, because I'm crazy that way. Okay, let's see. Only need a half dozen of them. I got a petal over here, and I'm going to need 1 gold bar. But it looks like there's enough mana going around from that Gourmaryllis that I could quite easily have a second mana spreader here pumping, assuming that the Gourmaryllis will accept it. So what I'm going to do, let's see. Oh, it's locked onto that one. Let me go ahead and make this thing. Now the question is, can one flower feed more than one mana spreader? That's the question I have to ask. Let's put you here. Okay, that's aimed correctly. Now what I'm going to do is break this. And now the Gourmaryllis should feed this mana spreader. Now I got to break the Gourmaryllis, don't I? There. There it goes. Okay, I'm going to put a second spreader down. Looks like that ain't gonna work. Well, you know what? Mana spreader's full. Gourmaryllis is gonna be full because it seems like it eats. Yep, look at that. It's going to eventually, yeah, see, it's accelerate and it'll be full soon. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second Gourmaryllis and put it here. And I'm going to link that Gourmaryllis to that mana spreader. And I'll link the next Gourmaryllis to this mana spreader over here. And how's our mana pool doing? Yeah, it's filling up. It's filling up. Okay, folks. Yay, much mana, many potatoes. I'm liking it. Hope y'all have enjoyed, and I know we went to 1 hour 10, and I know a lot of my episodes have been an hour lately. I'm going to try to be cutting them down to half an hour, but we had some complications with this build, and I made a lot of flowers, and I probably should have made the flowers in a previous episode and then just did the build this time. Anyway, hey, it worked. It worked. You gotta love that. Y'all take care. Have fun. Tell all your friends. Tell the Surgeon General. Cake is good for you.